Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are Kenneth is back with us, and we're gonna react to the current news or the current letter that Bernie Sanders being sending to his supporters. Obviously, all of us who has or who have donated to his campaign, we got this letter today, and obviously, in this letter, Bernie Sanders is asking for a donation of $7 for the sake of unity with the DNC and also with Joe Biden to help him beat Donald Trump. So this is what they're currently going on. It says, according to Newsweek, Bernie Sanders asked supporters to donate to the Democratic Party, show commitment to the party unity in quotes, but that's what he says in the letter. And it says Senator Bernie Sanders sent his supporters an email Friday urging them to donate to the Democratic National Committee of the DNC. Sanders endorsed former Vice President Joe Biden on Monday after dropping out of the race for president the previous week. The independent senator, who twice sought the Democratic nomination, asked supporters to donate to the DNC in the name of party unity. My campaign for president may be over, but our struggle continues, Bernie Sanders says in the email. That struggle begins with defeating Donald Trump, the most dangerous president in the modern American history, but it does not end there. He says, I will also be doing everything in my power to elect strong progressives at every level of government. He continues, make a $7 contribution to the Democratic Unity Fund today to show your commitment to the party unity by helping elect Democrats nationwide. So this is just some of what Bernie Sanders said in his letter to all his supporters today. And for me, well, I will let you guys know what I think about this. But Kenneth, please let us. What do you think about Bernie Sanders asking the huge database of his supporters?
On behalf of Joe Biden, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I'll be honest, right? There are some contingent of people who are just going to be like, yeah, okay, right? A lot of like most people are going to vote for Joe Biden who voted for Sanders. Let's be honest about that too. Um, I'm not one of them,
Mhm.
but I I think what it comes down to is I think he's trying to make it so that every one of his they have the best chance of beating Trump, right? There are a lot of people who view Trump as a very dangerous president, very incompetent president. He is both of those things, but to be honest, I think the most ardent supporters of Sanders, I think they're not going to go for it. Because the thing is that the media has this kind of like narrative that's kind of already been put in, which is that all of Sanders supporters hold him up like a saint, right?
Yeah.
The sainthood. He's amazing. He's the best. He's the only one who could do it. Though no one even said that. Um, so I think it's just gonna ultimately fall on deaf ears. No one really. A lot of people want to defeat Trump. A lot of people don't really want to be stuck in a rut. Like me personally, I don't like the idea of being stuck in a rut again. I mean, you sit there. Oh, Bush was bad. Let's make this get Obama. He'll take us back to normal. He'll get rid of Bush because isn't Bush so terrible? And it's the same with Trump. Oh, Trump is god awful. He'll put us back to how it used to be. Joe Biden, and then everything that caused the problem continues to cause the problem. Nothing really changes. Again, like you see it during the coronavirus. Everyone sees it during the coronavirus. Corporate bailouts for like what $4 or $5 trillion corporate bailouts, but for everyone else is like 1 trillion altogether. Not even that. And so it's just that I can't say it's really disappointing. Like I say, he did sign that pledge, and I understand where he's coming from. But at the same time, it's just one of those things where it's just like people voted for Sanders because he was honest. People voted for Sanders because they trusted him. Like you can even go back to that poll they did. I think what it was after Super Tuesday, where they everyone described Joe as like corrupt, senile, old, all that stuff. But then they described Bernie Sanders as trustworthy, smart, all that kind of things. It's like if you don't embody those things, and you don't have to be Bernie Sanders to embody those things, but if you don't embody those things, no one's really going to care. They're not going to really say, "Hey, yeah, let's go throw mad money behind Joe Biden. He's going to beat Trump," which is all they really got. So
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The fact that I understand the party unity thing and the pledge that he made to help Joe Biden win against Donald Trump, and I think he's doing as much as he can to bring the people together and vote for the Democratic ticket, no matter what. But to me, I'm not gonna donate for the DNC, not even a penny. I'm not even gonna go out of my way to vocally support them publicly. I understand that Bernie Sanders doesn't want Donald Trump to be reelected, or he doesn't want the fact that for the Democrats to turn around and blame him, just like they did in 2016. And obviously, Bernie Sanders actually was reluctant to give his database of emails of his supporters towards the DNC so they could do it themselves. And that's why he's doing this instead, right? He's actually directly asking his supporters, saying, "Look, I understand that I make this commitment of party unity, but I would need to show some of that from you guys too. That's why I'm asking you guys to donate $7 to the DNC to fight Donald Trump." But obviously, most of us, Bernie Sanders, voted for Bernie Sanders, supported Bernie Sanders for this simple fact that we don't trust the DNC, we don't like the DNC, we don't like Joe Biden, we don't like these establishment Democrats and what they bring to the table, what they have brought to the table for many years. So
exactly, that's why a lot of people see, because the thing is, like, he's kind of said it in the video. He's like, if you're independent, Republican, Democrat, vote for or give money to the Unity campaign. The thing is that a lot of people, like a lot of Sanders support, like he pulled a lot of Republicans, right? He pulled more Republicans than anyone else. He pulled more independents than anyone else, right? It was just the Democrats he wasn't too amazing with, right? He was still good, but he wasn't the best. And so Republicans are not going to give money to the DNC. Like if they want to give money to the DNC, they would join the Democratic Party. That's a given. Independents, it depends on the independent. But most independents don't like either party, so they'll vote like, because you'll have independents who are like super conservative or super liberal or super progressive. They'll be like, I don't like Democrats, I don't like Republicans. I feel those parties are corrupt and they can't be trusted, and they're right. And so when they ask for money, it's just like, think about who you're really asking. Like think about who you're asking money from. It's not like his support was a coalition of the three major political affiliations in this country. That was Bernie Sanders' thing. Joe Biden is just a standard run of the mill Democrat. Like no one from the other two groups, like a Democrat, most likely will vote, but will most likely donate money to Joe Biden. But independent and Republican, yeah, sure, keep believing that.
yeah, I completely understand where you're coming from, and yeah, you're right. Based on the fact that people who happened to vote for Bernie Sanders or were voting for Sanders were the people who felt disenfranchised, who felt that they were being left out of the say of what goes in the political party when it comes to policy, right? That affects them directly, or that it helps them out addressing the issues they have in their communities and whatnot. And obviously they don't see that with Joe Biden, and he also has made very strong decisions not to bring the voice of the people to his campaign based on the policies that he's now endorsing himself. They don't see none of them changing. Even himself publicly has made it clear for everyone to understand that he's not going to change his point of views. He's not going to change his policies. and
People
he's
won't
not
see it.
gonna advocate for such policies at all. He doesn't even believe in them. Medicare for all, he doesn't believe in them. He laughs at the fact that he would even one day embrace such policy. Right? We've seen the countless of videos where he's laughing whenever people put the phone on him and ask him the question: will you support the Medicare for all plan from Bernie Sanders or for Elizabeth Warren? That Elizabeth Warren's plan is not even Medicare for all. Is what's it called? What's the other plan that she had?
Oh, the public
Yeah,
option.
the public option. And he even not even that he wouldn't even embrace that idea. Not even close. He laughs at it. And he's like, aha, yeah, you wish. All right. So that kind of the states that people see, they're not gonna obviously now come out and take out money from their pockets and give it to you for the sake of party unity. They don't see party unity on your platform. They don't see party unity coming from his team or anything like that. So for Bernie Sanders to come out and do that, I understand where he's coming from, but people are not gonna do it. People are not gonna give not a cent, especially with all what the Democratic Party has done to downplay their movement and their, you know, and
I
their.
mean, it's just like I said, it's just a fat chance. I mean, a lot of Bernie Sanders' appeal was that he was independent. I mean, everyone understood why he had to run. Well, everyone except Democrats understood why he had to run in the Democratic primary, of course. It's because he caucuses with the Democrats. And so, but the fact that he was independent, the fact that he was an outsider, is where a lot of his support came from. A lot of his grassroots support came from. And it's no secret that Joe Biden is struggling to raise money for his campaign. Um, but when it comes to helping him, I don't think people are going to care enough. To be honest, like they just don't care because it's like I said, if you go out there and you don't care about the people and their problems and their struggles, uh, as he's shown through being pretty much absent through almost the entire coronavirus pandemic so far, then they're not going to be like, oh, let's get Joe Biden as much money as possible. Let's be excited for Joe Biden. I mean, and you see it already. Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, he people are saying, hey, can we replace Joe Biden with this guy? Like it's just like there's nothing there. He doesn't come off as authentic. He doesn't even come off as trustworthy. I think he only won the primary because he was the vice president of one of the most popular presidents in U.S. history. That's what it was. And so people said, "Hey, I'm gonna just vote for Joe Biden."
Yeah,
Like
and I mean, people are not gonna donate. Maybe some people will because
some will for sure.
some people will. The well minority, a little minority, who are obviously already made up their minds of voting for Biden no matter what. I think they will donate, but the well majority of Bernie supporters won't. So Bernie, don't come and ask them because obviously the well majority of these people happen to be people who are currently struggling financially. So people were willing to give you some money out of the so little they had because you were fighting for issues that they care about. Now that you see Joe Biden doing that, not
Right.
fighting for the cause, then they're not gonna do
Yeah.
it. So they'll
That's
come
the
and
thing,
ask for
right?
it.
It's like, why would I like? Yeah, I would give it to Sanders, right? Because if I get free college, if I get free healthcare, if I get all this stuff, right? That solves a lot of problems. It makes my life easier, right? You don't have to worry about, oh, is my insurance company going to cover this? You don't have to worry about, hey, how am I going to pay for school for my kids or myself in this case? Along with a lot of other stuff. So I would say, hey, I'll give them $7. This is stuff that if I'm struggling with, other people, of course, must be struggling with it as well, right? But when you go to Joe Biden, it's just like, oh, I'm gonna give the banks bailouts. I'm gonna, not change anything so the banks can steal money out of my account and be okay with that. Not go to jail, so that the schools could sit there, rig the system for wealthy, not care, stuff like that. And no one wants to support that. I mean, people will vote for him to beat Trump, but when it comes to giving him money, I don't see it happening.
Yeah,
Like it's just not gonna be as strong because there's really nothing to support.
yeah, and There you go. I mean, I don't think it's pointless because Bernie Sanders has to do it, but it's pointless for Joe Biden to do it. I mean, he should know by now. He should know better. Anyways, please let us know what you guys think about this. Would you guys donate to Joe Biden because Bernie Sanders asked you? And what do you think about Bernie Sanders asking his base for money for the DNC based on the history that we all have with the DNC and the relationship we have built the last 4 years and how they have just downplay what we care about, right? And so stay tuned to our channel. We're going to be uploading more content soon. And make sure to subscribe because, it helps the channel grow. And Kenneth, thank you for being here. I know it's been a while since we heard from him. And until next time.